Can you give us an overview of Nodal Exchange?
And we are an electric power futures exchange mostly, right? We're an exempt commercial market. We launched 3 years ago, so we're relatively new. It was April of 2009. And what we offer is basically monthly term contracts going out as much as 5 years plus in time. And they're all financially settled, and they're all cleared contracts through LCH ClearNet. And in terms of the contracts then themselves, what's unique maybe about them from what was done before our existence is that rather than just trading the hubs, we actually introduced 1,800 different locations where you could trade power. So it covered in a very granular way generation nodes, for example, all the load zones in the organized markets in the United States. And so those are often referred to as these independent systems operators or regional transmission organizations, these ISO RTOs that represent organized sections of the market of the U.S. where you've got an electric grid where people then can trade power within these grids.
Who is using your market, and how is the participation base changing?
Since we launched, we've been growing nicely. We have over 75 participants, 11 clearing members that are supporting us. Where we will see additional growth is in entities that are retail marketers that are going to maybe start moving into cleared transactions, and in people who use power to a significant extent, maybe wanting to hedge more through cleared transactions. And so each one won't represent nearly a significant volume as the power generators, for example, but they'll be coming into the market over time, so there will be new entities coming in. But again, I think that the key major utilities, of course, are already involved in this space.
With Dodd-Frank and other new regulations, what does this mean for Nodal Exchange?
We're an exempt commercial market, and we'll have to become either a designated contract market or a swap execution facility going forward. Our derivatives clearing organization today is LCH ClearNet. So we've not decided whether or not we're going to be a SEF or a DCM. The issue has been that we don't have the final swap execution facility rules, and so without that, it's hard to know if I want to be that versus a designated contract market.
What's new in terms of products and services?
What we've introduced is these new congestion plus energy contracts where, since energy is always the same at any given time, typically within any given ISO, it would drop out. If the congestion spread, it looks exactly like a financial transmission rate or an FTR. And so while we had close proxies before, we now have effectively an exact match. And so as a result, then we launched that in the spring, and so that's become a very popular product for us. We've also been talking over time with the various ISOs about this topic of potential third-party clearing, where they would still run the FTR auctions as they do today underneath the jurisdiction, but rather than leaving the credit management responsibilities otherwise then still reside within the market and the ISO, is we could take those transactions and third-party clear them.
What do changes in electrical power grids mean for Nodal Exchange?
We have transmission lines that exist, but they may be set up to really handle this great coal plant in this particular location. But if we're going to try and switch more to renewables, as many of the states are mandating, that may mean having transmission that takes you to where the wind farm is, or to where some other new natural gas plant is coming up, et cetera. So given the low cost of natural gas today. So as a result, that means changes as to where the electricity is and how you need to move it around. So you need to build in more transmission infrastructure for that. And certainly having greater intelligence in the system so you can help get supply and demand better match, that's in the interest of everybody.
With this vast backdrop, what's the potential for Nodal Exchange?
I think we offer a product that meets the demands of the market or the needs of the market very well, in the sense that we had designed things to be very granular to meet their needs and to be margined accurately in a way that meets the needs of the marketplace. And so from that standpoint, I think it's our prospects are robust when you look at the aspect of the need that it'll be easier to clear for many people, I think, in the future, and there'll be a desire to do that, and combining with just a natural change electric system. It's still a very new industry in terms of where it's at and where it's going. And so if you go further into time, it's very exciting in terms of how I think electricity will continue to grow, how there is this need to manage these risks and to provide a marketplace that's effective, which I think we offer. And so I think the prospects are bright for exchange.